everybody, it's me. Welcome to Actoroke. Yeah, we're going to be playing Burning Wheel tonight. I'm going to be your storyteller. My name is Damon Vanhee, and I don't usually sit in this chair. Usually Peter sits in this chair, but now I do. This is my seat now, at least as long as Peter will let me have it. So I'm going to hold on to the chair as tightly as possible because it is more comfortable than the other chairs at the table, which is really the secret. You get here and you get the extra pillow, and it's more comfortable that way. Anyways, tonight, though, we're going to be playing Burning Wheel. It's the beginning of our new cycle. So we've jumbled up the players once again. And tonight I am joined.
Hi. Yes. Excellent
Good?
job. Hello.
Good, right?
Yeah. So good. So good. Hi. My name is Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. And tonight I'm going to be playing Lenora, who is the Elven Queen and Etharch of the Dire Wood. You also would like our beliefs?
Yeah, let's do beliefs too.
So one of my beliefs is that an elf should be put on the council. Mainly because she thinks humans maybe mess up the planet a little bit, so shouldn't be in charge. And also, I'm going to find the origin of the Dio that is a threat to the elves and the elven forest. And then also, family is the most important thing. So everything that she does is sort of focused on keeping the elves and her family safe.
Great.
Do you need instincts? I have one instinct as well.
No, we're good with that.
Great.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hello, everybody. I am Bonsai Baby. I'm she, her, and I play Fatima Al-Haram, who is also she, her. I am the public safety consul. Currently, I'm on a boat, maybe. Don't know. And I have my bastard brigade with me. My belief is, my first one got changed recently. I am confident that my brother was murdered, and I will find his murderers, uncover the conspiracy that took his life, and see them held accountable. It's deeper. It's deeper than I thought. My family records have gone missing.
We're just going to add more to it every game.
Every game, it just gets more.
Yes.
Second belief is I am the rightful lord of my realm. Anyone who challenges my claim challenges not only my authority, but the memory of my brother. I will be using my connections in court to update the peerage role and designate myself as legitimate, which I did try, but the records are missing, so it's conspiracy. You see this? And I will use my full influence of my station to punish anyone who has questioned my legitimacy. Third belief, a person's birth should not determine their course in life. I make a point in hiring bastards to serve my personal retinue and staff. I will show the world what bastards can do. And also, my last one is noblesse oblige. I am responsible for the people.
Fantastic.
Public safety.
Yay. She seems chill.
Yeah,
chill.
very level-headed, very not stressed,
calm.
very demure,
Yeah.
very mindful.
Very mindful.
Yeah.
Very mindful. Much demure.
Hello. I am Lexi. I play Farina Atta. Our pronouns are both she, her. My beliefs are much shorter. The first one that has kind of taken a backseat to a lot of recent events that have been happening in the chaos. Apparently, sometimes things get a little crazy when the God Emperor dies.
Weird.
But it was,
What?
make it illegal to worship other gods other than Set. A very normal, casual
Regular, chill
thing.
stuff.
Chill stuff. The next one was to remove all financial punishment and replace it with corporal punishment. Because that makes it equal across the board. Financial punishments don't hit everyone the same way. So it's about fairness and justice, which are good things. And the last one, which is actually new, due to some of the things that she went through in our last session. One of her newer beliefs is to explore her connection with the artifacts of Set because they gave her a vision and she's curious about that, and to try and use that to get more guidance directly from Set in the coming days.
Awesome. I'm sure
Months, years.
those are all going to be fine and regular throughout the game.
She's a very chill person.
Yeah.
That's what I love about her.
Everybody-
All of us here.
Everyone at the
Very
table
calm.
is
Very casual.
very relaxed, very casual.
Yeah. Go with the flow, honestly.
But also, Peter, you're at the table. Are you chill and relaxed with us tonight, too?
I am actually chill and relaxed.
Great.
Hi, I am Peter Adkison, he, they, and I am the Chaldea lore keeper, just recently appointed by Sarah as the lore keeper
That's a
of
good
Chaldea.
title.
Big time.
Yeah, so I'm here to, to support Damon as our new DM for Burning Saratof, and to be on hand for, if he wants an idea or something like that, a question, or, just go.
It'll be a lot of lore questions. Just a lot of lore questions.
But I understand now why you are now the appointed. If you kill a dragon, do we also get to be the GM? Is that how it works? That seems like.
So if
you
I
kill-
don't
Is
put
there,
any
is there a
dragons
dragon
in,
tonight?
no dragons
Do you
to
guys
kill.
want to
Weird.
team up and kill a
Yes.
dragon,
Yeah.
and then we
I
could
do.
joint DM the next
Interesting.
session?
I love it.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, we'll see if we find one. We're also
I roll
joined
to find a
tonight
dragon.
by Tanel Lovett, who's in studio drawing. There's that hand drawing all of the things. But before we dive into stuff, I would like to do a safety discussion, which is an important thing to do as a mindful storyteller and a mindful player. We're going to adhere to all of the standard Twitch rules. We're going to avoid all of the things like the racisms and the homophobias and all of those, the other isms and whatnot. We're also not going to have any sexual violence or violence against children. We're not going to have any withholding food as punishment or starvation. But then otherwise, I've spoken with the players, and those are where our lines and veils are. But if at any point you're feeling uncomfortable or you want me to back off of a subject, you can say something, please interrupt me about it. You can throw up the X, and then I will move on, and it's fine. All right. I'm feeling good. Are we ready?
Yes.
6
Excellent.
enthusiastic thumbs up.
It's a lot of thumbs.
All the thumbs.
From one person.
Yeah.
It's a lot of thumbs.
You're welcome.
All right. So the city, if we all remember, has had some turmoil.
Oh, yeah.
Cordava, the god emperor, was killed mysteriously. He was found impaled with the spear of Set to his throne. His throne last episode was ripped out of the ground by the Drazeldar, which are the 100 monsters that he controls. They took his throne and left. They just kind of
Throne and corpse,
bounced.
right?
Throne and corpse.
Throne
and spear,
spear.
all of it. They just dug it out of the ground and wandered off.
They're carrying the whole dais that it's
Just
on.
the
They're just
whole
carrying
thing.
it.
They
Yeah.
took a huge chunk of the throne room itself and wandered away with it.
It's time to redecorate the
Yeah.
new emperor.
The other Drazeldar are coming from around the continent to join this procession wherever it is they happen to be going. Additionally, an incredibly brave dwarf melted the dragon's keep. The dragon clearly, obviously dead and gone because surely he was home and just chilling at the time. Anyways, the tower is gone. That is the important part. It is a melted pit. And the brave dwarf who did it is probably going to be renowned for centuries.
Or hunted for sport. Unclear.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll get to decide about that.
Very clear if you're the GM.
Yeah, it's
We
pretty
could
easy
give him
for
a
me to
deeds
decide.
point.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Deeds
Especially
don't
now
come
that
up
he's,
much in Burning Wheel. It's hard to get a deed.
Yeah, I think Feldspar deserves a deeds.
Yeah, we can hand out all of those to NPCs whenever we want. And then if I ever play him again, he will be very rich in all sorts of things. There has been...
That would mean you giving up that chair.
Well, it's a good pillow, so I'm probably never going to see Feldspar again. There has been a lot of turmoil in the city, as you might expect. There was rioting, which was put down by a number of forces in the city, mostly from this side of the table, if I recall correctly.
Rude.
But true.
But true.
Accurate.
But you were not in the city for most of that.
That's true.
Because you were back in the woods, in the dire west, where things were
Not in the West.
east. Oof. Dire portion of something. The woods are big and scary. It's hard to find anything in there, especially one elf.
I don't think they're that scary.
Well, I do.
Okay. Okay, I'm so
you.
sorry.
Thank you.
You're right. It is just a
very
massive
scary.
jumble of chaos in there. How will you ever find me? You're right.
I don't know, but someone did, and then teleported you back to the city.
Correct.
And you are in your apartments, correct?
I am. Yes, I
What
am.
do your apartments look like?
They're very nature themed. I probably more ostentatious than other places. We sort of, if you picture like Art Deco, but with more nature bits put into it, more leaves and flowers and things. I mean, she's used to living in the palace, so she wants to be comfortable, but it's obviously much smaller here. Very small staff. There's like one elf that is there that has been helping run the things. She's just sort of just fully stocked.
Is that the entirety of your staff? Just that one elf?
I think so. I think if she ever needs assistance, she reaches out to like local folk for it. But I think in the apartments itself, it's just the one.
And what is her name?
I have that written down here. Her name is Wynn.
Okay. So you are in your apartments,
Great.
and Wynn comes to you. It is early in the morning, pre-breakfast even. How does she normally address you? Because you are royalty, but how familial are you with her?
She has been around more than my parental figures, I would say. She sort of, I think, started as a nanny situation and then moved into managing this estate because I trust her. And so I think maybe she's the only person that is allowed to call me Nora.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So she comes in. She's got some early morning tidbits to snack on, like your regular stuff.
Quick.
She says, Nora, good morning.
Good morning, Wynn. It's quiet here today.
It is. There's been less screaming in the streets in the past couple of days.
Yeah, what, did any of that reach here?
Not directly. I mean, they came this direction,
Sure.
certainly, but it was just sort of spread out in the city.
Did you feel unsafe?
No, I stayed in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Our doors are strong and the walls are thick.
Sure.
And then there was the explosion, and after that, quiet.
I don't know that I have heard about the explosion. What happened?
Well, I haven't been out to check.
Not heard anything at all. Nothing's made
No.
its way here.
No.
Okay.
But, well, something has made its way here. Someone, in fact, you have a visitor this morning. It's that large one, the one with all of the demons with him. Zune?
Yes.
I told him he could wait outside.
That seems wise. Where? So he's just out front.
He is outdoors, yes.
Okay. Great. I will put on something befitting my station, and then see him, in the probably near the fireplace, perhaps.
Okay.
He seems to be comfortable around fire, so
I will let him in.
Hellfire, even.
potentially.
And so,
yes, in our hellfire pit that we have out back.
and so a few minutes pass, and you get ready, and you do all of that stuff, and then Wynn comes
This
back
stuff.
in, do all of that stuff, all of the royal things.
Oh, you get a
do that.
transformation, like,
Oh, yeah, it's like
Sailor
it's Sailor Moon. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
this is good.
I get lifted up and I spin around, and there's
Yeah.
a theme song.
You are an elf.
Wynn just waits outside, like, okay, here's the
This is the process.
closing prop.
Yeah.
There it is.
1, 2, 3,
You
4.
can hear her apologizing to Zune for taking as long. It's just how it is.
5,
It's
6,
just how it
7,
is.
8.
So after your amazing transformation and all of your flashing lights,
Yeah.
she comes to you and she says, I think he's waited enough to be on the edge of irritation,
Perfect.
but he also came in a little shaky like that.
I feel like he's maybe always a little irritated. So
It does
with
seem
you.
that he is unpleasant. Yes.
just in general. Yeah. So I go in and I don't know that I would know the proper greeting befitting his station. Can I throw that to you?
You could
Peter?
always say consul, because he is on the Council of Consuls.
Great.
Or you could also say senator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Which consul would be
Consul
higher?
is higher. That would be the most grandiose.
Good.
And then
consul.
how would he address Lenora?
I think senator,
Senator. Okay.
to
Yeah.
emphasize her loyalty to the empire.
Great. Well, because this is because I would know that. All right. As I come in, I greet him by sort of nodding, and then I go take a seat and say, "What brings you here today, Senator?"
I knew it. So when you had entered the room, Wynn had provided him with a seat and a small table and some fixins and stuff, and he was just standing near the chair. He had not relaxed or anything.
Sure. So wouldn't want to show any kind of vulnerability.
And when you call him senator, there's the briefest tightening around his eyes and the corners of his mouth.
This man is
He just clenches a little bit. And he says to you, "Good morning, Senator.
Yeah.
I had several things that I wanted to discuss with you, and I felt coming here would be the easiest way to do it, seeing as how until very recently you have not been allowed out of your estate.
Of course.
The first thing, though, that I would like to bring up is that your imposed limitations on travel within the city are being lifted.
What created this turn of events?
There's a pausing that is happening among the probing from the Taxians. We've decided that we're setting that bit of business aside briefly.
Only briefly.
It might come up again. I wouldn't want to close the door on it entirely. It's a very effective way to find information.
Good to know.
But currently, you are not wanted in that capacity.
All right.
I thought that given your interactions with my daughter, that it was best for me to tell you that in person. I understand she was perhaps zealous.
Yes, that's an excellent word for it. And seemed to very much enjoy the process.
She does enjoy it, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's important for everyone to enjoy one's work.
Well, then she's in the proper line of work, isn't she?
I wouldn't enjoy it, but I have other interests, both personally and for the Empire.
Such as?
Before too long, within the next month, in fact, there will be a Senate vote for the new emperor. I think that there are several things that would be particularly advantageous for the Empire as a whole when that vote arises.
And you were here to sway my vote in the proper direction.
Of course.
Offering me what exactly?
Well, unity, for one. That would be a thing that I get as well. I think a strong, united front when it comes to any votes is an important thing to be able to show ahead of time, because then you can drive the discussion one way or the other.
And who is it that you are hoping that I will vote for?
I mean, we'll get to that point, certainly. I think it is important to solidify terms before specifics.
How will I know what to ask for if I do not know what the outcome would be?
Well, I think that you know, I think that I know what you are already interested in
Oh,
for your end of things.
I would love to hear what you think.
My guess is that you feel greatly slighted at not having a seat, a proper seat, on the Council of Consuls. Am I far off?
I'm waiting to hear the rest of it.
Tea drinking.
It's just very chilly here in this room.
Teomir is not a fan of elves, to put it mildly.
That's not a secret.
I think that Teomir is a person that I can maneuver around. Once he's not sitting where he's currently sitting. For those of you at home, Teomir is the head of the Council of Consuls.
And a big jerk.
And a big jerk.
Big jerk.
What, in this game?
What?
No.
Everyone's so pleasant here. All right. So, if I were to agree to these terms, a seat on the council with Teomir out of the way, who is it that you are wanting my support to be thrown behind? Because I would represent all of the elves' support, which has great weight.
Of course. I mean, I can find proper need for a Council of Elven Relations, we'll say. I think that I could get you that position were I in Teomir's seat.
I see. So you are hoping to be the head of the Council of Councils.
Of course.
I feel that you are just continuing to skip over the actual question, the only question that I have asked here. Who are you supporting for Emperor?
Well, to clear Teomir's seat, he would need a promotion. Vacancies beget vacancies all the way down.
I see. Well, that is something to think about.
Briefly, I'd hope.
You need an answer before you leave, which should
Can
be
you give me
any
one?
moment now.
I think that the sooner you can tell me one way or the other, the sooner I know who all of the open seats are going to.
Understand?
There have been a lot of deaths recently.
Are you threatening me?
Of course not.
Well, this is quite a big thing to decide. And I like to give myself a little bit of time. When you are as old as I am, and you have as much responsibility as I do, I don't like to enter into anything lightly. I like to give myself at least a night to really examine all sides of it.
Of course.
I could not give you an answer at this moment.
I understand that. Perhaps I'll draft a contract and I can return tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Well, I'll see myself out then. And he has not touched any of the food or
Yeah.
sat or anything like that.
And as he's leaving, just gonna say, lovely to see you as always, Senator.
You do think about that offer. I'll talk to you very soon. I think there would be a lot of benefit for the two of us. I know you have a lot going on back home. Can help in a lot of ways. I'll leave you to your morning. And he turns and exits.
Yeah, she's gonna. She feels the need to like clear her palate, so to speak, and so I think she is gonna go on the balcony and just like try to recenter, take a couple of breaths, and like it would be great to get rid of Tiamir, but like giving him more power seems like not the way to do that. That is the wrong direction. So she just needs to like, I think just take a couple of minutes. Yeah.
You hate this guy and you don't want him running the console. Have you considered making him emperor?
Right.
To solve that problem.
Then he's not in charge of the console, right? Yeah. Sure, nothing will.
Problem solved.
Yeah, no royal decrees that are like, also elves should be banned from everywhere.
Killed on sight.
Really excited.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything that you think Lenora wants to do with her day? now that you can leave your house, in theory, and not be accosted
And not be
or
accosted.
arrested or probed.
Sure. These are all great
miss the
things to
probing.
not happen when
Right.
I leave the house. I mean, I do think that maybe she is interested in like, because Wynn doesn't know what has happened here in the city, I think she would like to sort of get caught up a little bit. Maybe go see. I think maybe she's going to go to see Tomas Swift. He has always been an ally. Also, maybe to check in with Mona, her lover, but also like, it's maybe not super safe to be around elves at this moment. And so like, I think that's probably also a hard conversation of like, it's a little bit of a breakup, but not really. Of just like, hey, maybe not. So I think she's gonna head that direction.
And your estate is in the city proper, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And so from your balcony, you can see that the streets are pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Like there has definitely been a lot of nonsense the past few days. Just like shenanigans, just like easy shenanigans,
Violent,
regular
deadly
riot shenanigans. But there's definitely damage that you can see that came up very close to the grounds of your estate.
Great.
There's like smoldering bits here and there in the city, just like out there. They're too far to really tell like what you're seeing, but it's clear that it's like perhaps a residual rubble fire or something like that.
Great.
But then you can also see off that direction a much larger column of black smoke that is still just cooking.
Cool. All right.
It doesn't look very great to breathe.
Doesn't look very great.
It doesn't look very great.
I think for safety, I think she's going out strapped. Like, I think just in case. Like, I think she's bringing her sword and her bow
gat.
probably.
Yeah. Bringing her gat.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
And my
Lady's companion.
it's my chaperone. Yeah, I think she's armored up just in case.
Yeah. So you head
That's
out.
another cool montage that we get to do is the
Just
armor up.
armor up. Yeah. Yeah.
It also takes a while.
Different song.
So you head out into the streets, and it looks like the people are scared of you. Not you specifically, like as an elf or anything like that, but like you are a person that is coming towards them.
Sure.
Gats aplenty, and just like you are an imposing figure.
Sure.
And so there are people who have had a rough week or so that are clearing the way for you to go. No
Sure.
one is bothering you. No one is accosting you.
Can you catch me up on like the hip, cool slang here? What's a gat?
Oh, a gun. It's a gun.
Yeah.
A gun.
A gun. Yeah. Not really.
I don't
She's
actually
not-
have
There are
those.
some big changes already.
Yeah.
There's no guns.
Surprise! Yeah. It's now a completely modern setting.
If you turn on the TV, you would know what was
Any
going
note,
on.
any note that I write here becomes real, so it's a magic pen.
You should really just Google, like, what was that explosion last night?
I'm gonna pull out my cell phone and be like, explosion near
Oh,
me.
Twitch.
Put it in my
Yeah.
GPS. I'm just like, oh, this is where a dwarf shot a thing. And
Yeah.
There's footage of it, actually.
So you've been through plenty of battles, and you've seen a lot of carnage and things like that in your life.
yeah.
But there is definitely chaos in the streets for a bit. And it seems like it's calming down now, but it is calming down now because of a martial presence. So both, legions have come into the streets to put down any uprisings. There have been some even specific bastards going around, taking care of business.
Lot of. Yeah.
And you even had your
The
personal
army of the church,
church army outrunner.
Not my personal, but the church's army, yeah.
Your church, yeah. That's
Not mine,
your
Hassan is
church.
still
The
in
church of
church.
Set, yeah.
For now.
And so for now, and so there are still guards that are out and about, but generally speaking, you're not stopped or anything like that. Nobody tries to arrest you.
Good, that's good.
Yeah.
Great. Well, then, I think I would go. Obviously, I'm going to pay attention to everything that I see on my way, but I'm going to head over to the Swift estate.
Okay. And you're there. You get through the city. It's fine. Easy peasy
Rad.
to get there.
All right. I assume I am let in, or
Yes, you are let in.
great.
Yeah.
Who do I see first?
And this is where Mona lives, correct?
Correct.
You do see Mona first.
Great.
Tell me about you and Mona, please.
Mona has been my lover probably for, I don't know, maybe a year or two at this point. But in the lifespan of an elf, that's not super long.
It's just a blink.
It's just a little blink. Humans are, they're just so pretty, like, they're pretty, and Mona in particular, very pretty, and like maybe not super smart. Like, she's just like a sweet little distraction. She's like a cream puff of a person. Like, she's just like, oh, what a sweet little dessert. Maybe not for every day, but
Does she have any kind of prowess, like martial prowess at all? Or is she a...
absolutely.
All right.
No, she's just like,
She's a Pomeranian.
That wasn't
Just
the right
nice to look
answer.
at.
And I can provide a little color here. She is. She had a rough time of it with the psionic probing.
yeah, it wasn't great.
Right.
It wasn't
Yeah, so
great.
she's-
All of that probing stuff.
She might have some sort of lingering disorder. Or,
Okay.
some post-traumatic stress for sure. Something, but I don't know what. I'll
Well,
leave
when you're
that to you.
full of a cream puff.
I know, yeah, poor
it's messy.
cream puff. It's very messy.
So you come in and you see her first. She is sitting on one of the couches and she is wrapped in a blanket.
Oh, no.
It's not particularly cold in here, but she's got a blanket wrapped around her and she's like, oh, well, hi. Oh no. Hi, Lenora. How are you? Are you okay? Come here, please. And she comes up to you and she's just like brushing your sleeves and like kind of fixing your outfit.
I'm just gonna lead her back to the couch. There we go. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Are you?
Yes.
You don't look like you feel good.
What do you mean? She like kind of preens a little
no,
bit.
sweetie, you're so pretty and you look so nice.
Ew.
I know.
Are you okay though?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm okay.
You're all armored.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff happening outside. Have you been outside?
No, I've just stayed in here.
That feels smart. You should stay in here. Yeah. There's just sort of a lot of things happening at this moment.
It sounded like it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of screaming.
Yes. Yes.
But now you're here. And I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Oh.
Because you'll keep me safe.
Of course I will keep you safe. And the first thing that I'm going to do to keep you safe
Is make me some tea?
you have 3 half-drunk cups of tea next to you.
They're cold now, though.
Of course they are. I would assume that I would know the servants' names here.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been here before.
So
Yeah.
what is a servant's name that lives here?
The nearest one is Daniel,
Thank you.
an NPC who will not be reappearing in this show. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not going to look away from
Yeah.
Mona. I'm just going to take her hand. I'm going to say, Daniel, get Miss Mona another cup of tea, piping hot, please.
Of course. And you hear banging around in the kitchen and stuff.
And as soon as he leaves, I'm going to say, you know that I need to keep you safe, correct? Mm-hmm. Good. So what I'm going to do to keep you safe is I'm going to take you to a very safe location.
Am I not safe here? And she pulls the blanket closer.
Oh no.
I want to make you extra safe. You trust me, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, right?
Why would I leave, though?
Because the city is...
Is screaming.
Fire.
Yes, because the city is screaming, and you don't want to be near the screams, right?
That's why I'm inside.
I know. But what if the screams get closer? And I don't want that to happen. Do you want that to happen?
But you're here now,
I know. And I'm going to take care of that.
and we'll stay here.
Oh.
You got that very pretty sword.
I know. It's a lovely sword, and it is very, very sharp. And better wielded by one. So I think I'm going to put you someplace very safe, and I'm going to take care of all of the chaos and danger here. Then I'm going to come back and get you.
Do you like my bedroom?
I meant a place outside of the city.
Oh, I don't think I'm well enough to travel. And she kind of sinks a little bit into the couch.
Okay.
There's plenty of room here, though, right next to me.
And I snuggle.
That's why you're here, right?
Yeah. Yep. Pulling up my spell list. Beep, 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 beep. I'm looking for...
Nothing devious.
Nothing. No.
No, this is fine. This is probably a very nice spell.
Doomsayer.
Take
No,
care of someone spell.
It's a hot tea spell.
Yeah.
Just like Mona asked for.
It is a hot tea spell. I would like to do a lyric of healing.
Okay.
And it's sort of a little bit outside. I mean, it's for an injured character, and so I understand that the injuries are more
What page are you on for this?
148.
Okay.
It's more psychological.
Yeah, it's more psychological, but
What if we all really want this for Mona?
yeah.
We just want it really bad.
But my friends at the table were like, "You should do it, though." So,
Okay. Yeah. I like it.
it's strengthening body and mind. It's supposed to. So, I'd like to sort of do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great option.
Okay. So, beep, 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 beep.
So let's roll some dice for this then. This is going to be great, everyone. Rolling dice.
Dice.
So your ob for this, it says the obstacle is the health of the wounded.
Oof.
So
She's a little marshmallow. She's very
just
squishy.
a little marshmallow. We've already established that.
So -3.
And she's sad.
So sad.
So sad.
Saddest marshmallow.
Saddest little marshmallow. So I think, and Peter, correct me if I'm wrong on this. I think maybe an ob of 3 is good for her.
That's great.
I'm
3
gonna.
is like the default ob in Burning Wheel.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of persona, so
Okay.
I'm going to.
Unless you're feeling nice. Then 2 is. Yeah.
Are you feeling nice tonight?
I mean, she is very sad, but I think I'm being regular about it.
Nice.
Raised.
You need
she's
to draw a
a
sad
wealthy
picture
aristocracy. She's, there's a good chance she's healthy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna spend a persona because
Okay.
I've got a bunch, and I'm gonna add a d6 to my pool.
Great.
And then what are the? Is it just 5s and 6s that are?
4, 5s, and 6s?
Yep.
Yeah, 4, 5s, and 6s.
I'm
And then in this,
3.
it also says successes over the obstacle will add dice to health tests for the purposes of recovery. So basically, you'll be giving her bonuses should she make
This is what you're
recovery
giving
rolls.
the op 3 to.
Yeah. Show that
That's
to the.
exactly it.
I don't
oh my
know
God.
if they can see it
Just a
because
little
it's
baby.
too light. It's too light.
Sad marshmallow.
Sad marshmallow.
Okay, I got 4 successes.
4 successes.
Oh.
Wow, that's really good.
I think this is one of those. I think she seems just fully overwhelmed, and so I think I'm gonna pull her into my lap and stroke her hair while I am singing this healing spell. The idea that maybe it will soothe her enough so she can go to sleep and I can go to work.
And elf spells
Yeah.
take a hot second, right? It's
Yep.
a process. Okay, so I think about the time that you kind of get her cuddled into your lap a little bit, Daniel comes out with some tea and no, he sets it down, and shuffles away. And it's almost before you begin singing, and she is asleep.
Yeah.
You know, she's clearly
Probably maybe has
been
not
up
slept since.
for a while.
She's been waiting for you.
And she sleeps hard.
Yeah.
You know, she sleeps like, I mean, for lack of a better term, like a pet that has been away from their owner for a long time.
She's Jaga
yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, this is a specific pet, one of mine. I am his emotional support human. But yes, so she immediately drifts off into a very heavy sleep that you can tell is deep even without the spell.
Great. Good. All right. So once I finish that up, just gonna ease my way out from underneath there, replaced with like a pillow situation, and then go find Tomas to get caught up on what has happened.
All right. And I think also, because you rolled some dice,
I did.
you get a market thing, but maybe not with spells?
No.
No, spells advanced like skills for
Okay,
elves.
great.
Oh, great.
So I can do that for you if you like. Or it's how many dice did you roll?
I rolled 5.
5 dice.
But it's
you got
because
one
I
is a
added
persona.
persona.
A persona.
Oh, so it's only 4 dice.
Yeah.
Versus an ob 3?
Yeah, you
Still
probably.
learning this system, everyone. Bear with me.
Okay, so are we.
If you roll 4 dice versus ob 3, then
That's-
you got a difficult test.
Woo! Ooh, difficult.
Good
See,
job.
this is why Peter's here. Thank you, Peter.
Pew, pew, pew,
Pew, pew, pew.
Finger guns. Great.
And he lives here too, correct?
He does.
Yeah. Well, he is home.
Great.
Conveniently.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. He is upstairs.
Great.
He's got to study.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
Just stride in.
Oh. Hello.
I would very much like to get your sister out of the city.
Oh, boy, me too.
Yeah, she's a mess.
Yes. She's had valid reasons to be a mess, but
I am not disparaging that, but
I feel like she's getting worse the longer she stays here.
yeah, I just did a healing song on her. Hopefully
you.
that will assist, but I think it would be very good for her to not be here. What happened here?
Oh, there were. How long have you not been here?
I don't know.
Just how far do I need to back up? I guess. Is the
Well, I
question.
was getting probed, and then I was taken away by. This is the second probing. I was taken away.
And then just got back.
Just got back.
So the whole thing. All right. He says, where do I even start? With no Cordava, the city tried to eat itself.
Great.
It had a 3-day window of doing that before things were quelled by various different forces in the city, often violently quelled until the people stopped.
Okay. Good.
Someone melted Laufroth's tower. I think it was the dwarves. It's still burning.
So it was after they lost
is
everyone's money.
It was after the money went away, yes. The smoke from that is still acrid and
Yeah, I saw it on the
drifting
way over.
through the air. We haven't seen Laufroth. I don't know that he is dead. It seems one shot maybe wouldn't do that, but he also isn't here.
Okay.
So there have been a couple of council gatherings and he has not shown up. People think the dwarves took all of the money. The dwarves are mad that people think that.
Yeah.
Most of them have retreated back into the mountains.
I had an interesting meeting with Zune this morning.
Okay.
He has machinations
course.
about who the next emperor should be.
Of course he does.
It
I'm
is-
sure everyone does.
It is a very wrong choice.
What is his choice?
Tiamir.
Oh. That would mean he wants the council.
Correct.
I can see that play. I don't know that I agree with it, but I can see it. Are you inclined to go along with him?
Don't know that I've ever been inclined to go along with Zune.
But you didn't stab him, so he must have said something that you liked.
Well, he was in my sitting room. I don't want to have to clean that up.
You have help for that.
Tomas is cool.
I don't think she's going to tell him anything else.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She just sort of makes a joke and moves on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, he answers any questions you have about what has gone on in the city.
Great.
But it's basically just what we've talked about already.
And he is, by the way, very busy with the financial crisis.
Yeah.
FYI, because
Yeah.
he has
On his desk is just like stacks of papers and receipts, and he's checking things and double checking and calculating. Yeah.
There's probably people waiting to meet with. Like you went in. There's probably other people
I
that
think he
had to
probably
leave.
just walked past the line
Absolutely.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am more important than those people.
And pointier.
Yeah.
Both in ear and sword.
Yeah, and personality, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I get all of the answers that I would need from him and leave him back to his work. She understands responsibilities.
Okay.
Obviously.
Great.
So
All right. Well, your day progresses.
sure does.
And as you are getting ready for bed that evening, Wynn comes in again and says, Nora, he is back. He's still outside, but he is back.
Just gonna open my bedroom window. Oh, there he
Yeah,
is.
there he is. Yeah.
Wait, why you gotta find though?
Nice to know.
Yeah, and this time I'm just irritated. It's bedtime. I'm trying to wind down. I just throw on a robe and I just open my window and I lean out and I go,
Tomorrow.
"What do you want?" It has not been a day.
No, it hasn't. But I think my time frame might be more accelerated than I would prefer. Can I come in?
No. The household is shut down for the night.
Would you prefer I shout your business from the streets then?
A little. Why don't you meet me around back in the garden?
All right. And you see him walk towards your garden.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go down.
Do you go down? Okay, I
In
wasn't
the-
sure if
in
you were
the
just going to go to bed or not. That's the end.
Yeah, and then I go down. I am supremely irritated. So I just like step into my slippers. Just like,
No magical girl transformation.
no, he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
He had it already. This is what you get now.
So you get out to your garden. I'm sort of picturing a transition between house and garden to be very subtle, like almost
Yep.
you don't even realize that the walls aren't there any longer until
Yeah.
it's just sky above you.
Pretty.
It's lovely. I spent a lot of time on it. A couple of 100 years.
He looks the same as he did earlier. You know, there's no signs of duress that you can physically see or anything. But he says, I understand that the battle lines near your home are escalating in severity. Am I wrong?
Go on.
I have this guy's name written down because I always forget it. It's gone again. Civitas. Thank you. He says to you, Civitas is on your family's doorstep. Correct?
He's gone past Dire West.
I just sort of assumed you claimed all of it.
Well, my family, capital F, and family, small f, are different things. What are you implying?
I was under the impression that your care was for the elves as a whole.
Yes, but if there's a direct threat to the elven capital versus the entire, like, it is not new information that Civitas is attacking.
With his Drazzledargon, he has increased his fervor towards getting through the woods.
Yes.
He has more DOs. They're marching closer. And they'll get there. But I want you here instead. Do you think you would be able to split focus with that on your doorstep?
I'm waiting for what the actual question is. Because these are all very surface.
I just have something else to offer as a token of goodwill.
Well, it is the middle of the night, and as you can tell, I am ready to retire, and don't really love having you in my garden. So if you could just tell me the thing that you are offering from the goodness of your heart.
I have an introduction to make. And just so you don't get overly excited, I'm going to start a small fire here. It won't spread. I just thought I should warn you before doing anything startling. And he reaches into the pocket of his coat, and he pulls out a small glass bottle. It's got a little stopper in it. It's clear. It doesn't look like there's anything in it. It's just a bottle. You can see through it. You can see the garden on the other side. And he crushes it in his hand. And for the briefest of moments, you can hear like a small squeal, like he's got something by the throat.
Don't love it.
And then
Don't love it.
he throws it out. And where the shards of glass from the bottle land, a small fiery imp-looking creature appears.
That rose bush is 200 years old.
The creature looks particularly startled and then starts to scream in pain. It is consumed with a fire that boils up out of the ground.
Oh no, you're Gordon.
And at about the time that the imp pops a little bit, in its place now is a fire that is not hot or spreading. It is not burning the ground where it is at.
Oh.
And when you look into it, you can see the faintest outline of another person. And that's where we're going to shift gears away from you.
Nothing is going to grow there again.
Nothing will grow there
I'm never
again.
going to get this demon stain out of my garden.
You son of a...
Hopefully it wasn't a focal point. It was just like a side area.
No, they were standing right in the middle.
Grandmother's roses.
Yeah.
Karina. Hello. How are you? It's your turn now.
Yay.
How have you been enjoying all of the riots in the streets?
Much better now that I took temporary control of the armies, quelled them all, and, been working with this badass bastard over here to get it all taken care of as best as we can.
Yeah, you've had a couple of big days.
Yeah.
And you just got your hands on some artifacts of set as well.
Pull up my notes.
I have notes on those also. Everybody's
Thank
got
goodness.
notes.
Notes.
All the cool kids take notes. It's not true.
Well, I'm
Cool kids do a lot of stuff. You can be a cool kid and not take notes. That's fine. Be who you want to be.
But someone at the table should take notes.
It's very
Someone.
helpful because it's
Somebody
not going to
should
be
take
the
notes.
storyteller.
Chat should take notes. Chat, take
It's all
notes.
recorded in video.
That's right. Just play it back.
We are the notes.
We are the notes. Somebody make a wiki right now.
So you have been called to speak with Hulsan.
great.
You are in the temple of Set, where Hulsan spends most of his time now. He, over the years, has begun to delegate more and more. He leaves the temple less and less, and he seems to be fine with that arrangement. He has people like you to do things for him.
Yeah. Sure does.
You seem so excited about that.
Normally, I was, but then, watching our priests get slaughtered in the streets, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I feel like he's not standing up to Car at all. I don't know, there's just been some things lately. Normally, she's actually real chill with being a follower.
Fight.
So Hulsan is in the temple, and he's at his desk, probably. I feel like he's pretty studious. I'm giving him a desk now.
He built one since the last
He built
time.
one since the last time. It's a rather imposing desk. Like, it is far too large for any single person to sit comfortably at. And when he calls you in to speak with him, it is like an awkward distance away from everything. Is
it like slightly elevated, higher?
it's kind of there's a definite like physical representation of his station versus your station.
How did you
in this desk.
get this? Was it when we had to repair the door that they brought it in?
They had extra pieces, so I just made it bigger.
Extra pieces.
We found it in one of the estates. I liked it.
I like the little tap. Beep, beep, beep.
What did you need from me?
I understand that you acquired some artifacts the other day
I rescued the artifacts that were stolen during the riots. Yes.
and have not brought them in.
They have been brought there in the temple. There was a whole presentation. Everyone cheered. It was a very large gathering.
You didn't bring them here.
I brought them to Set's home as they are Set's artifacts.
More
I see. And do you know what they do? Do you know their purpose?
I know that before the riots, their purpose was to be under our protection. And now they are back there, where they are meant to be.
On display.
They always have been.
You don't think they should be used in these times?
I think that if Set intended for us to use them, they would he would send a sign, perhaps in one of your consultations.
Perhaps in putting them directly into your hands.
I would never want to assume that level of importance on myself.
You do realize how high you are in the church, correct?
Yes, but it's all in service of Set.
It's an interesting interpretation.
I'm not opposed to using these. I do think that it could be time to have a more direct connection with our God. But I still don't regret showing our strength and how it's returned and reminding people that Set is still here and watching and guiding us.
Of course, that is a good approach for all of these things. The people should be reminded. Mm-hmm. They should be reminded that the church is a place of safety for them, that the church is a place of comfort and warmth and protection.
And strength, of course.
Of course. The streets have been messy.
Yes.
Messier than I think any of us would want, including yourself.
Of course. And I know, what's your last name?
Al-Raham. Al-Raham.
And I know Consul Al-Raham has been working very hard at trying to maintain the streets as best that she can.
Mm-hmm. And how have you been doing that?
I have been maintaining the safety and security of our temples, first and foremost. Something that was needed to be done as they were being looted and destroyed and our priests murdered. And then after that, I was gathering our artifacts that had been stolen. And now I'm here in this meeting with you.
And so you prioritize the physical structures and material goods of our God over his followers.
No, because we defended the church first. And now we have these back because the people in the church, our armies, need to see that we are still strong, that we are not looted and rioted and destroyed.
And what of the people outside the building?
You were the one who sent me to go get them.
Farima, you speak of signs and portents. And then when you get your hands on artifacts, powerful artifacts, that doesn't feel like anything to you?
Well, of course it does, but the first priority was to bring them here, which I did. If we would like to explore them further, now that they are here and safe, I am open to that.
Oh, good. We should do that.
Great.
I think that the...
Still condescending. Stab, stab, stab.
Oh, there's my sign.
I feel like the best sign would be you bleeding out over your desk.
Hey, let the sun set tonight if you want me to murder Hassan.
I think the city, the people outside the church, outside the physical building, that is what I mean when I say the city, would do well to have some visual representation of what the church can offer. Do you know what the artifacts do? Do you know what they're capable of?
I know what they are capable of in the hands of beings greater than ourselves, not in the hands of a mortal.
They have a lot of their lesser powers that mortals can tap into. Of course, if a demigod or a god were to get their hands on them, they would be like batteries to them. But in your hands, I feel like a lot of good could be done.
Is there a reason you don't want to wield them yourself?
I have responsibilities here.
See. Do you mean that if I were to wield these artifacts, it would take me elsewhere?
No, you would remain within the city. I think a procession might be nice. The Drazeldar currently are having a procession of their own with the body of our emperor.
Ooh.
And a mirroring of this could be a comfort in these times. An artifact of Set and a devoted follower travels down the coast. And I think an artifact of Set and devoted follower should travel amongst the city.
Can I do? What do I have here?
Yeah, let's roll more dice.
Dice.
What do I have? What are things? How do things work?
I don't know. Nobody
I
knows.
have
Skills. On the skills table.
Skills, traits?
I
Skills
have
traits.
infinite things. They are
So many
somewhere.
things.
I have so many things, and they are definitely here. We go. Falsehoods. I want to like. Okay. Let me. Does falsehoods work in trying to determine falsehoods or only in telling falsehoods?
I think it's only in telling them.
Yeah.
But you would probably be able to fork that in as if you were doing like a, I don't know what the discern is there, like how would you tell if someone is lying? What skill is that?
They would make a falsehood test against you, against
okay.
your.
Because I'm not trying to
will,
lie to him. I want to see if he is.
You want to see if he's lying.
I want to see if he's like trying to put me up as a target or something.
Okay. Okay.
Like I don't. I
oh,
wanna
like
see
set
if,
you up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see if.
Yeah, I'm not.
I have boogies. I'm sorry. I was trying to be very subtle about it.
Yeah. You got you. So
Everything's good.
what skill would that be, Peter? Like a
Well, if he
sense
was trying-
motive situation.
Yeah, I don't think there really is one in Burning Wheel.
Oh, okay.
I think it's more like. I mean, you could always test your.
So-
Yeah, let's just
I-
test
so
your
let's- what
will.
if
test your perception.
Okay.
Perception,
Or,
yeah.
What if I'm getting weird? Because I have
weird.
I know.
Let's do it.
Do it. Stab him.
Yeah. What if I just stab
What if I
him?
just stab him a bunch?
Because I have all
That's
of
one way to
these,
find
like-
out.
would like to-
Bonsai, you could take a break if you want.
No, I'm good. I just was like frazzled because I had I sneezed and a bunch of boogers came out. And I was like,
Yeah, roll for boogers, everyone.
there you go. I'm an adult.
Because I have like doctrine and church-wise and ritual and sacrament-wise and like religious history. And I'm wondering if I can like argue that I'm going to use my knowledge to say like, yes, this is like a thing the church has done before, like the
I see.
parade through town. Like
Sure.
these items are something that like should be just out and presented,
Yeah.
or if they've been used by mortals before.
Yeah.
And then something bad
Yeah.
happens.
Or or if
Yeah.
this is like all really shady and all mortals who use them die, or like
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, let me see your skill list
Yeah.
real quick.
There are
Usurp him.
several.
Your God
I
says
think you
you
could
suck.
use a religion. She probably has a really high.
Yeah, you've got. Let's do religious history.
Okay.
Let's do that
Because
one.
I've actually
one.
been supporting this guy up until now. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And there's probably some stuff that you could fork in as well.
Yeah.
Like knives.
Like knives.
Probably
Just like-
fork in
just
some
like
knives.
seduction, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
fork in seduction. That's gonna work.
You know her,
Yeah.
right? That is.
I think based on the relationship that you have with him, he is prime to be seduced.
Yeah.
With cult doctrine also.
Yeah, I feel like.
Cult doctrine might
Or doctrine instead of cult doctrine.
doctrine would. I think you could fork in doctrine.
So doctrine, obscure history.
Oh.
I think not on that
Okay.
one because you're doing religious history already.
What about ritual and sacrament wise?
Yeah.
Like in case it's been like a ritual around these artifacts before.
Okay, I'll give you that one because we're
Okay.
dealing with artifacts.
That's
Okay.
2 forks plus the.
And then, so I have.
How many forks
I
do
have
you have?
4 in religious history, and now I have these 2 forks. So what am I rolling?
That would be 6 dice.
Okay. Are these D6s?
Yeah, they're double D6s.
It's wild, right? Aren't those
That's
cool?
so cool. I want to roll these
Yeah.
ones.
And so your ob for this is, I think we're just going to do an ob 3.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a regular check to see what you've got.
Okay. And it has to be 4 or higher?
4 or higher,
Okay.
correct.
Get it.
This is my first time rolling dice in this game.
Oh, there's.
That's a I got 2.
That's not great.
2, okay. So,
Oh, wait. Can't I re-roll if I use Vader Persona does something, right?
yeah, one of those does something.
It is.
They all do a
did
lot
you
of
roll any
things.
Sixes?
You
roll
can
a
I did not. I rolled a 5 and a 4.
Yeah, then you can spend Persona for more dice, but you have to declare it before you roll. You can use Fate to explode 6s. So I think you're.
Okay, so I have so many of both of
Yeah.
those.
So you aren't able to bring to mind anything that you think is helpful
Okay.
in this situation, whether it has happened or not in the past.
And do I need to make note of like a failed attempt?
Oh,
Or-
it,
Still counts as
how many
a
dice did you roll? 5 dice?
6.
You rolled
6 for an ob 3.
Two were forked in though.
Yeah.
They still
Those
count.
still
They still
count.
count?
It's just the persona or the Arda ones that don't. 6 dice versus ob 3 is a routine test.
A routine.
Routine.
Okay. So do I just?
Yep, you just bubble in one of the
R's.
R's that's there next
me
to
to-
the skill.
Let me
Yeah.
look at it for you.
Oh, right.
It's the top one.
So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
doing religious history, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. Boop boop.
Yay.
Boop.
All right.
That was my first dice roll.
Oh,
Hey.
It was a failure.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll do
okay.
more.
It's
There's
okay.
lots of dice.
Okay.
You could use chaos dice.
And so,
I know, I
so
should've.
he says to you, of the 3 you brought back, 2 are particularly useful for
Which
this.
reminds me, sorry, real quick.
Wait. Which Anumian is in the sky?
That's a good question.
Oh.
Warrior.
Would they respond favorably to this kind of a check?
What is the warriors thing?
Warriors fight for what you believe in.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
how does this tie to one of your beliefs?
To one of the beliefs specifically?
One of your beliefs. Yeah, for what you believe in.
Explore connection with artifacts and try to get guidance from Set is very, very specific to like everything I believe in has to like come from Set.
Set
Like,
must
we're gonna do
determine.
this.
That's up to you if you want to give her a die for that.
You missed it by 1. All right, I'll give you a die.
Here we go.
Chaos die.
Okay.
Chaos die.
It's so bouncy, everybody. It's so bouncy.
I'm ready. I'm ready to
Cover your drinks.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
It's a 2.
Okay, we tried.
Yeah.
Six.
So many bounces. I can't even give it back to you. It bounces so much.
Chaos dice.
Okay. Sorry, also real quick, I'm looking at my notes and I know that there were 3. I don't know why I only wrote 2. The bracers, the hair of a pop, and what was the third?
The other one is the Pyramid of the Afterlife.
That's what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
I know there was a 3rd one.
How do you fit that on you? You put extensions on and then
It's on the table out
that's the
there.
hair, right?
The hair, it's a little lock of hair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's extensions.
But the pyramid is a very heavy chunk of glass with a bunch of swirling inside of it. And Hosan says to you, you should take the bracers and wear them.
You should know that the last time I touched the bracers, I had a vision. And
What was the vision?
it was of our dead emperor, and it didn't show me anything we didn't already know, but I saw him there in the throne room.
And yet you still doubted that Set had handed you objects.
Ooh, that's twisted.
It didn't reveal anything to us, but I want to explore using these. But again, when I entered this room, you seemed upset that I started with presenting it to our congregation first.
Be more patient with your revelations. In addition to the bracers, you should take the pyramid out. I know that the pyramid should, under most circumstances, stay within the temple. However, if it is the focal point of a procession, we will draw more people into the temple than we will with it just sitting here.
Very well. I would like all security to be handled by Daughter of Set.
Of course. The more security, the fancier you'll look.
Very well, then I suppose we shall issue a proclamation, and whenever she feels that it is a good time, we will do the procession.
You're not going to pick when it's a good time?
I think that her guidance on the security in this, considering, as you said, we are taking 2 extremely
Should I be
valuable
talking to her
relics
instead?
for security-related issues? Considering I just put her in charge of security, probably. Would you like to? I can go send her in, and then I can go back to doing some more work.
I'm just gonna let you know that everybody at the table really likes you. This is not like
Bonsai's gonna be nice to you.
Also,
I have
I'm
no doubt.
usually really terrible at keeping a straight face, and I've been doing good at it tonight. However, Bonsai
so good.
just keeps like looking at me and just like going, can't. I just can't. I'm trying. I'm just trying to be really like serious, and then I just keep smiling a lot. Hulsan is not smiling. He's a serious individual most of the time.
Very serious.
Angie.
So angry.
He says if you think that you are unqualified to handle a portion of the set assigned procession, then yes, I will speak to her.
You're so
You can go back to
backhanded.
whatever duties you think are more important until I'm done talking to her. You can send her
I'm
in.
trying to understand why all of a sudden this has gone from you and I, frankly, working together in this time of chaos. I have backed every political move that you have suggested. I covered for you while you were in here naked and crying for 3 straight days. And now I would like to know what has changed. After I've gone out and successfully completed the last mission you assigned to me.
Should I pick someone else for this?
Have you been speaking with Carr?
I think that you, as you stated, I sent you out on a mission and you succeeded. Should I look elsewhere when I want something done?
Got to have something else. This is just such a 180. Possessed by that evil
Well, he's not
demigod?
crying and naked anymore.
I know.
Everyone processes trauma differently. I know. It's been a hard couple of weeks for this guy.
Yeah, just embarrassed.
He got
Just really embarrassed. Okay.
Just like,
You saw him naked. He's unwell about it.
Yeah.
I have a big desk and I feel better and I can't get out from behind the big desk.
I'm just kind of stuck here.
safety desk.
That makes me feel safe.
Couldn't find pants and this is I only have a desk
my
and a
God.
shirt. Don't make me leave this room.
Actually,
Yeah.
I do need you to leave so I can get up and
Yeah.
find pants.
I didn't see where it started, but I saw where it ended.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be difficult with you.
I don't think that's true. He's been sassy. Very sassy.
I genuinely thought you would enjoy something like this. Looking up more skills.
La, 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 la. Just looking up the rules for combat.
How to stab your boss.
Just that. It's very complicated.
I want, let's see, 341. Thank goodness for page numbers.
References.
Here we go. Okay. I want to use Poker Face, and it said it can be used as a call on for falsehood. So can I use falsehoods and call on Poker Face just to try and convince him that I'm like very apologetic and definitely put in my place right now?
Oh, sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
Well,
so
why would you ever
sorry.
use falsehoods for that? Yes, absolutely.
You are
can
the
do
very
that.
big, scary person.
We got on the stream right now. We got Tanel's rendition of
oh.
Of the big desk?
The big old
the
desk.
big desk. It's being put in right now with Hulsan behind it.
Oh.
Well, it was up on the thing.
Let's
Big desk
see.
is very important.
Don't look.
Okay, nobody look.
Does Big Tess have a big chair, though? It needs
All
to
right,
have
well,
a chair,
the
too.
base obstacle for falsehoods, everyone, is the will of the person that you're lying to.
Oh.
So strap in. I think that, so he is human,
Yeah.
but he is also,
The Membit of Set,
yeah.
which is, head,
So,
of,
like-
head of the church. 5 or 6.
Fivers, I was thinking
Yeah.
6. I think it's going to be a 6.
I believe in
And-
you.
My falsehoods is
And
4, and then if I call
if
on
you-
Poker Face, that's
Use
what...
Persona and Fate.
There's,
got
yeah,
one.
there's other stuff that
Yeah.
you can use like
Add
that.
in some dice.
But I will let you know that should you fail, he'll know that you're doing this. How he'll respond to that, who knows?
I mean, he's going to know I'm
But-
pissed if I don't try, so...
I mean, that's fair.
Do it.
The two of you have a pattern.
I mean, can you call on warrior as well for an extra dice?
I think
mean,
I think Warrior would give you one for this. I think
Yeah.
Warrior
Okay.
is particularly enjoying this back and forth.
So maybe it's one of your dice then.
Ooh.
You can give one of your dice as the Anumian dice.
Okay. I think I'm going to give you one of my oldest dice.
Whoa.
You can use that one.
So that is the Anumian.
That's so hard to read. Could have been honest.
It's definitely a 6.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a 6 every time.
Every time.
There's
Okay.
a reason I can't buy those again from ChessX because they're so difficult to read. They stopped making them, and I'm very sad.
So I have 4 from falsehoods.
Great.
Poker face says it's 2 points. So I don't
Okay.
know what that means.
That-
Does that mean 2 dice?
No, that's just one die. It was 2 points to buy it.
Got it.
Yeah.
So 1 die from poker face, and then 1 from warrior, and then I can add on. I can use my persona.
Correct.
Persona, and then if you want to add a fate to explode.
But wait until to make sure that you have a 6.
So I
you
need
can wait to
6
declare
Okay,
that.
dice to succeed.
It's an ob of 6. Yeah.
You need
Opposite.
6 successes, but if you
successes,
get
yeah.
6s, they could explode with fate.
And you can also fork some stuff potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be generous with forks. This is a high number.
Suasion.
I think suasion specifically is with oratory.
Suasion is like persuasion, but in a debate over religious doctrine.
Oh, then yes, perfect. This is, yeah, we'll put that in.
Yeah,
Swayze
bring in
in
Patrick
there.
Swayze to this.
Yeah.
Patrick Suasion.
He's gonna help.
Forks for all the things. Forks, forks, forks.
In seduction, obviously.
Believe it or not, I did not take seduction. So weird. I know.
So weird.
So weird.
Chat did state that the oldest dice may have run out of all of its luck, though.
Chad would be wrong. Those dice they're hot.
Rhetoric. Oh wait, I have persuasion.
Oh,
Do that as
Yeah,
well.
you can't use both.
okay.
Yeah, either one applies or the other one applies.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Can I, instead of using falsehoods and forking in suasion, can I do suasion and fork in falsehoods because I have a 5 in suasion?
Sure. Yeah, it's basically the same thing that you're doing here.
Okay.
It's
I mean,
going to
can
change
you-
change the narrative outcome of how it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
What were
I
you
will
gonna say?
use.
I mean, maybe there's something other than an. No, I'm never mind. I think I'm on the wrong tree, so don't worry.
And then I will use 1 persona. So that gives me 9 dice and I need 6 successes.
6 successes.
I feel like that's about as
do it.
stacked as I can make it
Yeah.
with the GM's generosity.
You can
9
also
dice.
spend persona for more dice.
I spent 1 persona.
Should that one be
That one
held
will-
separate?
Yeah, it's always good to have a separate.
Yeah, the big
Just so we can. Just so we can.
Oh, big one. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, just so we
That's
know that one was persona,
That's the persona
So you
dice.
don't count it.
because it obs
I
differently.
mean, the great thing about this is you have a really good chance of getting a. How many dice are you rolling?
9. I need
Oh.
6.
Well, 8, and one of them is
Like how
persona.
Peter just
Yeah.
laugh after.
Yeah, Peter went,
I
oh,
mean,
never
the great
mind.
news is like sometimes it's great to
To
do
fail.
a test and know that you're probably going to fail, but
Yeah.
then you get credit for a more difficult test.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Do it. Do it.
Oh my gosh, so many dice.
There
Okay,
is.
this is a 6.
There's a 5.
Okay.
Here's a 5.
And there's another 5.
And
And
here's
there's a
a
4.
four.
There's a 4.
Okay,
And this one's a
so
1. So that's 4, but I can explode the 6.
Yeah.
But it would need to explode. For what it is worth, it would need to explode a lot.
I know.
okay, but
No, it only need to explode twice.
Oh, okay. All right.
because we're at 4,
And I need 6.
it's happened
Do you
before.
want to use the other dice?
Yeah,
the
just
other
roll new dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one needs to be a 6. It's a 2.
Okay.
Okay, we
Okay.
I tried.
So
Tried.
That would have been really
is-
cool.
Lightning
It's okay.
strikes you. It's so weird.
So that was 8 dice.
8 dice versus ob 6.
yeah.
That's a difficult test.
Had that
So
worked,
you
that
can
would've
mark
been
a
really
difficult test on that one.
Oh, nice.
Persuasion, yeah.
Persuasion. Yes.
Cool. That would have been really
All right.
cool if that had worked. Okay.
He just smiles gently at you.
Classic.
Oh.
I'm sure. So I just go, I will handle the procession.
Thank you.
And I'm just going to walk out.
Great.
Making enemies.
So we are going to
Hold
We've been going for about an hour and a half. I think now is a good time. Let's do a little bio break.
Bye.
Quick little bio break.
Yeah.
So we will be back in like 5 minutes, maybe 10. We'll see. Get some water, have a snack. See everybody very soon. We're back. I hope everyone had a wonderful bio break. I got more tea,
We did it.
and then I sat back down. That was really all that I did.
Oh,
But everyone can do whatever they want during a bio break. It's your time.
oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. Good,
Sarah
right?
did not commit murders.
That we know of.
No murders committed.
I didn't leave the premises for sure.
So,
Alibi.
all right. So, Bonsai, let's hop over to you.
Yes.
You've been so patient. Thank you.
No worries.
Bonsai time.
So, Fatima, you have been sailing for a bit with your bastard brigade.
Yes.
You've been taking the coast. It's been a long trip.
Yeah.
A little over 2 weeks to
All
get
right.
back to your home duchy.
Duchy, yeah.
Yes, where we left it from last time. There was a rebellion happening in a small little region there called Nabulki, and you were heading there with the bastards to deal with that.
Yeah, there was somebody that used to be under my reign, or like a cousin, that was starting up trouble and questioning the legitimacy of my brother's will.
Well, family be weird.
Uh-huh.
You have your command ship among the bastards, and then how many are you bringing with you? Are you bringing the fleet? Are you bringing just a ship or two?
It's
All of them?
All of
Yeah.
them, I figured,
Great.
because, we already took care of that. Now that was done in the city. Now I just got to, the more people I have to finish the job, the faster I can get back.
Absolutely. Okay. So you've got all of them with you, and it is an impressive fleet. And from your command ship, you can see you're pulling into, there is a harbor at Nabulki. And it is, you've been to this harbor before, though it is not the main portion of where you would normally touch in for heading home to like your family estates and everything. But in Nabulki, the harbor is usually quite accessible. But you can see from where you were at that there have been like palisades and debris and like stuff like that thrown in and among the harbor there to break up access. And there's a guard station there. It's just a little wooden tower thing, couple of stories, pointed thatched roof. And there is a flag flying from the top of it. You get out a spyglass and you take a peek, and it is not a flag that you have seen before. You're not at all familiar with it. It is a dark burgundy flag with what look like crossed axes, maybe hatchets, on it.
Okay.
And from there, you can tell that there's a couple of people around there that are around the guard post that's there. You can see that there are two people outside just milling about, and then you can see a couple of moving figures inside. But the two that are out have clearly spotted all of your ships.
Yeah. And we're prominently flying the bastard brigades.
Yeah, absolutely. But the people that you can see on the outside, they are armed and armored. You outnumber them by a lot, but that is what you see as you're coming up.
All right. Yeah, I'm just like, as long as there's not looking like there's any like floaty bomb bits or something like that.
Nope. It's going to be a little tricky to come all the way in. They have pretty much disabled the harbor proper, just with debris and whatnot.
I would say for this, well, no, I don't have any shipping to like be like, hey, no, I would just like do a wedge and then like part it. But no, I don't have anything that would make it so it'd be an easier.
Do you, how do you feel as a player about showing off Tariq? Does he advertise his abilities? Because I know as your bodyguard, he is large and imposing, but I know that he is more magician than anything else. Like, is that a secret?
It's not a secret, but it's not something that I like. It's more of my hidden ace that people think that he can't do anything.
Okay. Yeah. So you won't be able to pull fully in with your ships. But there are these people there that are starting to realize that you're approaching, and there's activity. Maybe half dozen people is all.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna proceed to just ram my way in.
Great. Let's do. I would like this to be a roll of some kind. I like this, and I know that your ships are going to be good and solid ships. These people aren't particularly skilled sappers, we'll say.
Yeah.
But do you have any kind of ship skill?
I got command, which is not ship.
Quite. Yeah. Let's just test your.
How does the warrior feel
Yeah.
about
I mean, the warrior's probably
you ramming your ships?
There's a
into-
lot of punching in this episode,
Yeah,
you guys, and the
a lot of
warrior is
punching.
into punching, even when you use a boat to do it.
Punching.
Boat punching.
Oh, punching.
That's the name of this episode.
punching.
Let's just test
I mean,
your.
mounted combat training. The boat is a mount.
Let's just test your agility.
And by the way, I think I remember that you. I mean, you don't. That you, these aren't your ships. You requisitioned some ships.
Yeah, I'm borrowing these ships, so
Yeah,
I don't care
yeah.
what happens to
Yeah,
them.
very true. But let's test your
borrowing them,
agility
you're more worried
to kind of stand in for the ship's agility, sort of.
What am I using? Sorry.
So we're gonna just test your agility, just straight agility.
Okay, straight agility.
And I'm gonna give you one for the warrior. So there's a die that you can use.
All right.
And this isn't necessarily a finesse situation. So I don't think the ob is going to be particularly high. I think this is going to be an ob 2.
Yes.
And if you, the higher you roll on this, the less damage is going to be dealt to the ship itself.
I'm going to use, I have the points. I'm going to use one persona just to add for funsies.
yes.
And I'll do a bit of a narrative sliding scale with this. If you roll really well, we'll get some bonus stuff out of it. So it's not just a flat situation.
I believe in you. Please make this really, really cool. We got
boy.
2
All right.
5s
Okay.
and a 4.
Okay.
That's
So,
a 3.
3 successes.
That's one above. Yay.
And so I think, all right, and that is, how many dice did you roll? That's
well, not
counting that one.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 against an ob 2. I don't think that's anything.
No,
That
like a
would be
routine.
it'd be a routine test.
Okay.
Does the warrior
but for-
dice count?
Oh, but for perception, it doesn't count. If it was,
It was
an
for a
agility-
stat.
a stat, yeah, routine tests don't count for a stat
Yeah.
test.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Wait, but does the warrior dice count?
But it wouldn't matter because we were testing a stat, not a skill.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Okay. So you hit the ob, and so your ship, first in, just smashes its way through the stuff that's in the harbor. It's like empty crates and things that have kind of been tied up to make sort of a blockade. It definitely would have been enough to stop smaller trade ships, things like that coming in, anything traveling like with only a couple of people and some goods. It definitely would have stopped that. But for a full-size galleon like you have, like you're just smashing through all of these things.
You're driving over those little plastic road cones. Basically.
Absolutely. You're just driving over the road cones they put up. Like, please don't park here. And you're
Yeah.
parking there.
No,
you have a Hummer and
I
you're crushing
deserve
these.
to
Yeah.
park here.
You do. You own this place.
I own this place. That's right.
So as this begins, the half dozen people that are there in this harbor blockade
I'm at the front of my ship.
They start to run. Do you want to do anything to try and stop them from getting away?
I'm trying to think because I don't know.
Once
They
they see
haven't-
that it's happening, they do have a bit of a head start because once they see that it's happening and you're not going to stop, they
Well, no,
take off.
they could run and warn because I want to make sure that all the people I need to talk to are right there, so I don't have to find them.
Well, I love that. I love that confidence.
Power
That is bold. All right. So they take off running. They all go in the same direction, which is inland and that way. They go whatever that way is. they
I'm
go.
taking note where
Yeah.
they're going.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
know where to go.
All right. So you've pulled up to the harbor. What would you like to do?
I will have drums to mark my perception,
Fantastic. This is the best.
and we will proceed into my town. I'm coming back home.
Okay.
I'll also take down that flag.
Great. And as you get closer to the flag now, you can see that it is hatchets. This is a pair of hatchets, and it looks like there's like charcoal that has been drawn above them. It looks like they're smoking, perhaps. There's not flames or anything like that. It's kind of hard to tell. It's definitely an addition to the flag after the flag was made, and it's not well done. It's not a well-crafted situation.
I'll keep that flag on me just for a little bit.
Okay.
For later.
Wear like a skirt.
So you can wear like a little skirt. Yeah. All right.
it
So
in front of you?
you unload the bastards.
Yeah.
And you head into Nabulki.
Yeah. Well, the citizens know we're coming in. It's my procession that, I'm back. I'm back.
Back to what is mine, to the thing I own. Here I am in my place.
With a full army and drums, immediately recapturing the harbor without a fuss, except for smashing all the things. So yes, you head inland.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if there's a harbor master, I'll be like, oh, could you get somebody to clean that? I'm sorry, I made a mess.
Oh, it was just those 6 that were. It was just like a little, like the harbor here for Nabulki is pretty small. It's more like it's just like an unload point more than anything else. There's a few sundry buildings afterwards that you get to, but they are mostly administrative, but they're also empty.
Okay.
Yeah. So it looked like they had cleared out who was here and just sort of had it as an outpost to keep watch.
So they made my people go away, so I need to make sure my people get their land back. Okay, cool.
I can hear you taking notes. This is just like marking down all of the slights against them. Yeah. So do you head in after the where the people ran?
Yeah.
Great.
Treason in the first degree,
I mean, we have
treason
our-
in the second degree.
We're doing our
Your different regiments and everything. Yeah.
like we're doing our formation as if we were
Sure.
envoy onto a warpath.
Great. Okay. So even though it is in your duchy, this isn't the most familiar location to you. You've been through here, but this portion where the uprising is isn't your home. It's not like your house, your specific house. It is in your duchy.
Well, with that, I'm going to turn to Amara, who's my deputy, who's my like brains of the operation, and be like, "What is the map of this area? Do you know?"
She does. She's quite familiar with your duchy, in fact, and so she has some maps with her, and she pulls it out, and she basically points, and there's maybe like an hour's ride inland from where you're at right now. There is a good-sized town that is there,
And that's where the kind of
that is the direction that they headed, and that would be sort of the capital of this region of your duchy.
all right.
Yeah.
Men, I'll go ahead and address them. It looks like we're going to take a little stroll to this location.
And there are cheers that go up because I think the bastards know what take a little stroll means by now.
I wish you guys at home could see Bonsai's eyes.
I second that.
So
Yeah.
very intense every time.
Yeah.
Every time that she says something is happening, she's like making a note of that. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm so glad I'm not in trouble. Right. Bonsai.
Well, it's most Fatima. So
Yeah. All right. So it's very easy to just head in that direction. You know, they were all running that way specifically. So you get there, and the town is fortified is a strong term here. The town prior didn't have like a wall or anything like that. Like it was, well protected and being near your family and everything like that. But it's got more crates and things stacked up, kind of like makeshift roadblocks and things like that. From a distance, you don't see any people in the town that aren't armed or armored. So maybe no civilians outside, maybe no civilians at all. Hard to tell from where you're at. But the people in town have definitely taken notice of who is coming and how many of you are coming and all of the
is there an
dramas.
envoy outside?
No, it looks like they're hiding. They're like getting behind things. They're like sort of preparing for you to show up, but envoy, not yet. Yeah.
Well, I'll get close enough to like they can hear me distance. And
She kind of her head pops up.
this is a very nice welcome home.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who am I? Do you not see the banners behind you?
Yeah,
Yeah?
but I don't. I'm not from here. I don't recognize. Who are you?
Well, soldiers, who am I? And then I'll have them say.
And they all like stamp their feet at the same time, and they all yell bastards.
Well, but it was mostly when I said, who am I? So Fatima,
yeah.
I'll just have them all simultaneously.
They all say your name at once.
Yeah.
It's very scary when a lot of people yell at once. So the guy sort of freezes for a moment, and he says, apologies. I don't know that name, but I will get someone more important than me.
Can I call my supervisor?
I'm gonna back up. Please don't shoot me.
Okay, I just give the biggest smile. Please do that.
Okay, and he runs. He takes off from you. Yeah. And a few minutes go by of tense giggling amongst the bastards, I think. Like they enjoy a show, and they know that their commander is good at putting on a show. They know what's coming, and they're here for
They're
it.
still talking about Forge Park.
Yeah. So after a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes, there is a group of... Oh, that's a good boat.
Hey! Nice boat. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. There is a small cadre of people that come out from within the town. It's 10 people, 10 soldiers. They're armed. They are armored. It is a mismatch, kind of hodgepodge.
Are they flying
Like-
that flag too?
They're not flying it as a flag, but they have patches the same way that your brigade has little patches that's got the symbol on it. It's the same kind of thing. Though on theirs, it's mostly like hand drawn.
We got embroidery.
Well, someone has a budget. And there is one person in the middle of them who is very clearly in charge. It looks like he's walking with a very strong air about him and a strong stance. And he does one of those cool little like parkour hops where he kicks his legs out to the side over the barricade that's up front there. And he just kind of like leans back on the crate. And you can tell he has 2 hatchets. He's got one on each hip. And it looks like they're steaming, maybe. Kind of like if your clothes are wet and you go out into the cold or the hot, either one, and they kind of like vapor off a little bit, his hatchets are doing that. He just leans back and he opens his arms and he says, "Welcome home."
Thank you.
You maybe recognize him.
Who is he? Do I know of?
Like it is a distant, barely attached cousin. From you would have to trace from a couple of grandparents up, way over and down. Like it is barely a relation, but maybe close enough for this guy. You can't place a name or anything like that. But he says, "Welcome home, cousin."
Ah, yes, I see you've tried to redecorate the place.
Of course.
I'm sorry, hold on my nose. And I take out the flag and I just blow on it. Throw it to the side and went a very long trip. There is like a lot of chaos going in the Capitol and such. And so, yeah, I admire that you tried to redecorate. You know, it's
Work in progress, certainly. You can tell he's very young, like early 20s, maybe a bit younger. You're beginning to think that perhaps the last time you saw him, he was like 10.
Oh, I'm glad to see that you're no longer picking your nose. And you know what? You actually got a little bit of muscle there.
Yeah. And I'm glad to see that you decided to care about your people for once.
You okay, Lexi?
Damon's giving it back to us now.
Stab. Sorry, we warmed him up for you.
Yes, of course, the land is prosperous and there has not been any conflict. Do you know what is going on in the capital right now and how it hasn't touched at all?
Oh, I know exactly what's going on in the capital. The emperor is dead and we're all free.
Oh,
We don't have to pay taxes. We don't have to answer to anybody. This land, our land is our land.
Can I go ahead and start using my
axe? Sword.
No. I'm gonna just go ahead, and there's just gonna be a face change on Fatima because of this thing. Because she is one of those people who was a believer in the emperor at the time, and roll intimidation.
Yes.
Along with a forking of command. Would that also, or interrogation? What would you think?
I think, well, it depends on what you're trying to do, because I don't quite know that either of those would fork in directly.
Okay. Well, I'm just the face change. Is I'm gonna be okay. Basically, I can go ahead and do the speech.
Yeah, let's do the speech and then we'll roll. I love it.
Yeah.
Wait. Rating. I'm not gonna call him that much. Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me. You little pissant byblow of a cousin once married, twice removed, think that this land that was held by the emperor, prospered under the emperor, is so-called free? No, we've been thrown into chaos. And my work alone has made it so the conspiracy against our family hasn't touched and rotted into this soil. You question the will of our late emperor?
Damon is very scared. All right, let's do that roll. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely intimidate.
Yeah.
Yes, intimidate. That is a
Intimidate,
good one.
and
She should
then
get something for how good that was.
It was really
Star?
good.
Do you have stickers?
I think you.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's up to you.
let's do a gold star. That was worth a gold star.
All right.
Sorry, cameras can't see that, but I was emoting to the GM.
It was
good.
very good. Very
Be
good.
scary.
Very
Yeah.
scared.
11 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the
All
honor.
right. Fantastic. You get a gold
Also, be
star.
auditory would be. What is the? I guess what is the? I want to pile on how scared I make this guy.
Okay. I think because you've brought an army with you, I think I'm going to give you that die for warrior.
Yeah.
So we'll use that D6 for that one.
Easy.
Warrior's getting a lot of love tonight,
Yeah.
which I like.
Yay.
So
Oratory.
I think oratory. I'll give you that one, yeah, because I know you have that and you have command and stuff, and like none of them are really locking in, but it was a really good speech, so I want to give you oratory for that.
Yay. All right. So I'm rolling a.
Do you have like do you have anything that connects to your family? Like, do you have like a duchy wise or anything like that? Okay.
Well, family secret wise. But that's because I'm a bastard.
Oh, that's not about your family. That's about families in general?
No, I don't know. I just have family secret. I think that's with the
Just
bastard is family secret.
Family.
Yeah,
I see. Family as part of the
Yeah.
bastard.
it's
I
like
think
no secrets about the family, yeah.
honestly, I'm going to give you that one too because this is a person in your family that you are speaking to.
Yeah.
So I think it fits in this one.
Yeah. Okay, I will roll.
And this is going to be your target number would be the will of the person. And so I'm going to give him a will of 3. So your ob is 3 in this one.
And what's the intent?
Oh, the intent is to have him back down and like basically I don't really
Himself a little.
Yeah.
Are you trying to avoid conflict? Sorry, not conflict. We're deep in the conflict.
We're
Are you
deep in
trying to avoid killing everyone?
I'm trying to avoid killing everyone, but killing can be
Killing
necessary.
some people is all right. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I need more people.
So, absolutely. So the
know?
goal is to get him to back down a little bit with further conversation afterwards? Or are you
well,
trying
it depends
to...
on what he says afterwards.
All right, fair enough. So,
But as I'm saying this, I'm stepping closer.
getting closer. Great. This
Okay.
is very good. All right.
Intimidate
So-
might work if you have it.
I have intimidate.
The
that's
role
what I'm
is
using.
intimidate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The role is intimidate.
It is very intimidating.
Oh, we got.
Well, that's good.
That's a lot
That's
of fun.
really good.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of dice.
That's like
Right.
5 out of. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think with 8 dice for an ob 3,
Routine.
that might be routine,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Eight
okay.
dice officer is definitely routine. test.
Routine.
but also a success.
Yeah.
For sure, a success.
Resounding.
I love this.
Each step you take towards him, his bluster goes out a bit. He holds firm for a couple of steps, and then he realizes that you're not stopping as you come towards him more and more. And you can see this look comes over his face, and he goes from feeling confident and cocky to feeling like a kid again, being berated by an elder in his family. And he, even at one point, reaches for the hatchets and kind of like half pulls. And then behind you hear like half pulls from, a couple thousand soldiers that you brought with you. And he stops. And he says, I thought that you would be more open to what I've got set up.
Oh, you'd like it.
I'm going to just pat him on the head a little bit. Oh, little one, we always make mistakes sometimes.
When you reach above his hatchets, it's like putting your arm above a boiling pot of water.
I'm still
Just for
doing it.
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's hot. Okay, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then, we all make mistakes. And we can recover from these mistakes. And I will go ahead and forgive this mistake.
Okay. But and
I'll make sure it won't happen again. And then I just take my sword and whoosh.
okay. Okay. So I don't think rolling is necessary on this one. Unless you want to. I'm not gonna you are
you can just say
a
yes.
very skilled.
I'm just going to go
yeah.
ahead.
And so he just slumps. He looks very shocked as Steel enters him, and it's just your aim is true, and it's right into his sternum. And he slumps down your sword, and then that's where he dies.
So let's clean up. And let's get everything back to what it was.
The 9 people that are standing behind him are just like, yes, of course.
Yeah. And then we'll get the family plot ready. I'm sorry. What was this one's name?
His name was Azine.
I'm sorry, Asim, may you rest. He'll be given the honors. It was a mistake. It happens.
And the person who originally ran off, not from the harbor, but who went to get this lot, he's not one of the 9, but he kind of comes out from the back, and he was like, yeah, anything we can do to help. Once again, I'm not from here, but I'm eager and hale.
Yeah, and then we'll get
my
the
God.
funeral ready, and I'll have my Amira. Can you help legate all the paperwork and stuff? Men, we're having a celebration for my cousin.
And everybody cheers! Yay!
Who was forgiven?
Who was forgiven? I forgave him.
Yeah, you did forgive him. Oh, this is very good.
Well, he won't make a mistake again. It's fine.
And Tariq silently walks over to the body, and he wraps cloth around his hands and tries the hatchets a little bit, and pulls them out, and just clumps them together and puts them in a pack.
Oh, I'm glad my cousin gave us a gift.
God.
Kind of him.
Yeah, it's very kind of him. Family always
He's
treats
not
family.
even fully drawn yet.
In the
Killed him very
background,
fast.
somebody's dragging him.
Dragging his body off. Yeah. And so, funeral
I
and
give funeral
celebration
rights?
rites begin.
He
Yeah.
took care of my area. While he's gone, I know he made. It was very tragic. A young life so cut.
And as you make your
Eulogy.
way into the town,
Yeah.
you can tell that there has not been bloodshed here.
Yeah, there hasn't
There's been some minor looting, I guess, and they're definitely squatting in some homes that they have driven people out of. But you don't see there's not a corpse pile or anything like that. So they probably just, and in fact, the people, when you ask questions, they're like, yeah, we just shuffled them off to the next town.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll help organize and get everything back into place. And do I remember? Amira, who did I leave to be in charge of my lands? Do you remember? Talking to her offhand. No.
I don't know that answer. Am I supposed to know that answer?
I don't know. Let's make up somebody.
We're making someone up. Fantastic.
Bonsai to Peter.
No,
Bonsai
I
to
was
us.
just you. Damon wasn't looking, so I was
I think
just.
I think it would be.
I mean, it would have to do with aristocracy and peerage and all
So
sorts of stuff like that.
I'll
So
go
it would-
through the motions. If I need to, kind of montage a week of reorganizing things and cleaning up.
Sure.
Who let this happen?
Sure. Well, we will absolutely have that montage, but
Montage.
during supper that evening,
The celebration.
the celebration supper, which is a very happy affair because you forgave him.
I forgave him.
Terrifyingly forgave him. You are having a meal. You're having a meal with your soldiers, or do you eat apart?
Oh, with my soldiers.
Okay, great. So you're all gathered around and you're having a meal, and you're sharing a meal with some of the people who are here in town.
Oh yeah.
Or-
If I also say that there's opportunities within the brigade. If you were, I forgive.
People are definitely interested in not needing to be forgiven in the first place. So there's a lot of interest in these opportunities. And while you were eating dinner, about 3 feet from you, you hear, just in front of you, you hear kind of a little squealing sound, and a fire appears. And the fire isn't burning anything or touching the ground, and it's not exuding any heat. And when you look into it, you can see the faintest outline of another figure. That's where we're going to pause on you.
All right.
I wanted to hop quickly back to your character.
Feeling
Are
so
you-
salty right now.
Are you putting together the procession?
She is.
Okay.
Because
So, here-
Oh, Yeah.
Cousin.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Thank you.
No, that's going to be displayed at the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
At the celebration of life.
Yeah, we'll have candles set up around him and flowers
Really
and
nice.
stuff.
Just do little X's over his eyes. It's fine.
I hope he didn't have like. Yeah, I hope he didn't have plans
was
for
like a
him.
great
Backstory or
cousin.
anything.
He is a great cousin. I remember.
So, Farina, you've set up the procession.
Yes.
You've got your entourage with it.
Yes. Daughter of Set is in charge of security, and she will be the one carrying the pyramid.
The pyramid is very heavy.
Yeah, she was the one who carried it before. She
Carried it before. Okay,
yeah.
great. So,
She's like godly strong.
yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
monster. She's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
So there's in fact like a little, like a pedestal that has been made for it, and she's carrying the whole thing. There's a kind of a platform, so she doesn't
girl.
touch the artifact itself. But you're processing through the streets.
And for the bracers, I don't think that she would wear them. I think that before the procession, though, before it starts, she is going to take a moment of quiet alone with the artifacts, and she is going to touch the bracers specifically to see if she gets another vision.
Okay. I think I would like a roll for this.
Oh, no.
I think we're just going to
not gone well
test
for me tonight.
We're just going to test your will.
Okay.
And by the way, the other two items, they're artifacts of Set. This was actually an artifact of Cordava.
The bracers.
The bracers are an artifact of the Emperor.
Oh, there they are. Oh, that's why I got emperor.
Yeah.
That's why you got emperored.
Got him.
Yeah, so we're just going to test your will.
Okay. My will is 6.
It's very high. It's
That
very
seems
willful.
good.
You think so?
So this is going to be a. I'm struggling to assign an ob to it. I sort of just want to see what the roll is like.
You can always do what's called a graduated test.
Okay.
Which is just like the more successes you get, it's ob one
We'll do that.
technically. So if you don't get any successes, you failed.
Yeah.
But
Don't wish that on me.
the more successes you get, the more
Good. You got it.
gratification.
Knocked on all the wood.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm guessing I can't, like...
This is no forks or anything.
Got it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
flat whatever your will is.
You've got it. You got this. Ooh, 1 success, 2 success,
Hey,
3 success, 4.
4 successes.
4 successes.
4 successes. Okay.
Now.
That's good.
Well, I was not prepared for prophecy this evening, so here we go.
Ooh, prophecy.
I forgive.
That's so good. It's so dark. Okay. And so remind me of the vision that you had last time.
So the vision that I had last time was, it didn't reveal anything we didn't already know, but it's like I was in the throne room, and Peter, correct me if I remember anything wrong, but I was in the throne room looking at Cordava. I had a vision of like the moment he died. Like I saw him in his throne. I watched the spear enter him. I didn't see like who threw it or anything. And I had a feeling of immense sadness. So it didn't reveal anything new, but I witnessed the moment happen.
Okay.
Oh.
And Peter, these were part of his regalia, correct? Like Cordava, these were his that he.
These were his until he got something better, you know, and then it became a hand me down.
We'll put it over here.
But an artifact for like one of his, commemoration,
Okay.
an artifact of his.
Okay.
And of course, she like prayed before she touched the bracers, like Set, guide me, blah, 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 the whole good thing.
So you see effectively the same vision as before. It leads you through seeing the spear. You see it go into Cordava's chest, everything like that. And then you are met with that feeling of sadness that you had before. But it feels not like, before it felt like you were experiencing the sadness yourself. This time it feels like you are experiencing sadness that you know to not be your own. There's an extra layer of removal, as if you have stepped back from the intimacy of the first vision that you got. This doesn't necessarily give you any additional insight, but it feels like you have made a step towards a larger picture, like a physical separation from that sadness from before. And then you're hit with a strong sense of duty from the same source as the sadness.
Okay.
And then you're holding the bracers.
Cool. So then she is going to take the bracers, and for the procession, because she doesn't want to be like distracted or imply anything to the public that doesn't need to be implied, she's going to put the bracers and carry them like on a
Like
something,
pillow or something.
yes,
Yeah.
like Cinderella's slipper, or like,
Okay.
you know, something sacred.
Okay. So you're processing, and people are responding to the procession. You know, they're coming up to see what's going on. They're like, a few of them are brave enough to ask questions. Not
And
of
she's
you,
going
obviously.
to have had, like, part of the procession is that there are priests who were all volunteer, are walking along with the procession to, like, answer questions, interact with people, and reassure them.
Great. It's going very well. It seems to be well received. It seems like the people are happy to have some proactive attention, rather than being, you know, yoked with the need to enter the church first. There is a sense that being reached out to is a good thing for the people that are there, and without even really realizing that it is happening, there is a horse and a rider next to you, and it is Carr that's there. He's just joined the procession right next to you.
Alsan! Okay.
Hello.
Greetings. And he doesn't have, he's a demigod, but he doesn't have, like, a title, right? Like, we address him by name, I think, from what I remember. Peter?
Yeah, he is, yes, he is demigod of assassins. That's his title as a demigod. You would, what you would call him? I'm not, that's a good question.
I think we could probably just go with Carr.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's going to say, Carr, welcome to the procession.
Thank you. It's a lovely party you're throwing.
Yes, well, it is the intention of myself and Halsan, of course, to try and bring some reassurance and make sure Set's presence is still...
whole son was massive.
Such a big
Hey,
desk.
he has pants on. No.
It's blurred. You can't see.
Censored. It is,
Nice.
of course, important to myself and to Halsan and all his wisdom
Of course.
that we, you know, show strength and unity and reassurance to the people in these trying times.
It seems like quite a, I don't know, effort to get here.
Yes, of course, but, you know, Set has taught us that without great effort, there is no great reward.
Sure. I suppose that's true.
We labor in his service.
Yes, we all do just that. Of course. I think that, well, I know we haven't spoken much, and when we have, over the past weeks, talked, it has been perhaps a little agitated.
Of course not. It is a trying time. We've lost our God Emperor, and
Sure.
I know that you, just like us, have the same intention of continuing to, you know, spread Set's will here on the mortal plane.
Of course. I get the impression you don't like me.
Slap.
And I'm going to invoke her, no, just her,
Lightning from above.
I don't know if Poker Face or Imperious Demeanor. I think we're gonna try Poker Face again.
Okay.
Because she's not trying to trick him or anything. She just is a deadpan person.
Sure.
She, like, between that Imperious Demeanor, like domineering presence, just like she's not trying to trick him. She's just very deadpan.
Great.
You know, and she's just saying, what I don't have much in the way of likes or dislikes. I only have my devotion to Set.
Oh, boy, I wish that were true. I know your devotion is very strong, but I mean, you're not an automaton. Like, there's more to everyone than just whatever is on the surface.
Oh.
As blank as that surface may be.
Yes, well, not with me. I'm just a vessel for Set's will.
Of course, and I'm sure if that vessel were to pop, that will would just go all over the place. I think that there's probably a better use for you within the church.
I have found that I'm able to do quite a bit of good from the position that I'm at.
Have you?
If you would like to sit down and go over my history with the church.
I am
I'm
sitting
sure we
down.
Yes. As you can see, I am currently focused on the processional that Halsan has directed me to perform. So if you would like to meet perhaps afterwards, it would be an honor, of course, to discuss the demigod of Set.
I feel like you're brushing me off.
What can I do for you?
Oh, thank you. I just wanted to talk about your prospects. Honestly, I think that unless you feel particularly fond of where you are right now with Halsan and his recent laziness, I think there's a lot moving and shaking in the city right now.
Of course there is. It is such a time of unrest, and what we need is consistency, and Halsan was put in place by Set's will.
Yeah. Consistency is not the best. There's vacant seats in a number of places. Some of them may have left the city, but that seat conceptually remains vacant.
Yes, it does.
What do you think things will be like once that seat is filled?
Well, if we stay devout and do our jobs, then
Just like for one moment, just let that drop.
no, thank you.
All right. I admire your politeness.
It's
It is
not
a-
politeness. I represent Set, and I would never do that a disservice.
That I know. Well, enjoy your party. I'm sure I'll be seeing you.
Have you been seeing Halsan recently as well?
Try not to.
Is that so?
Sometimes distance is best. There's a lot of shaking, as I said. Footing is hard. Hence the horse.
Why, hence the horse.
And he trots off.
On the horse, or does the horse stay?
The horse remains. He trots off. Yeah, it's a beautiful canter. So, Lenora,
Yes.
there's a fire.
Just in the middle of this processional, in the middle of the town with like everyone around them. Yeah, I think the Pope sucks, actually. Thank you. I'm glad someone said it.
Yeah.
We all were thinking it.
Lenora, you are in your garden
I am.
with Zune and a small fire. You can see someone on the other side. I don't know that it is a person that you have seen before.
Yeah.
Well, no, we had the
well,
council meeting
Yeah.
if it's
where I
on-
pointed directly, be like, "You killed the God Emperor."
Yeah, it was pretty great. Thanks for that
Yeah.
reminder.
Fatima, you see the Elf Queen in the flames.
Look at my cup real quick. Look back under there. Look at Tariq with this.
Oh, this is demon work. It's probably Zune.
Like Zune just peeks in and is like, sorry,
He's like, hey,
sorry.
everyone. Hello, it's me,
Thought I'd
Zune.
connect you guys.
Yeah,
It's a Zune call.
it's a Zune call. Like and subscribe. Zun's voice comes out of the flames for both of you. So Zun speaks, and it comes out of the flame. Yes. So you do have a bit of a double situation.
That reverberation.
And for what it is worth, all of the people around you hear it as well. Zun says, "Do we have privacy?"
I'm celebrating my cousin's life.
Oh, is that a no?
I would think no.
Great.
Right, men? And then there's like a... ah.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll leave it up to you if you would like them to move back a little bit.
Is there any way to like... Is the fire just floating or something? Or
Tariq says, all right.
Put him on the hatchet.
And he just picks it up.
Oh, okay.
And he starts walking off with the fire.
Enjoy yourselves. Please celebrate my cousin more. One more round for my cousin.
And you can see that the fire is
Very
hovering a couple of inches. It's like
disorienting.
magleved above his hands, so it's just not.
All right,
Yeah.
and we'll
Like
just kind of
FaceTiming a
like
toddler.
going to like the closest area.
And you find a secluded area, and he puts the fire down.
Thank you, Tariq. What?
I didn't call you.
This is a very opportune. I am fixing some family issues right now and celebrating my cousin's life, and you interrupt that celebration. I was very dedicated to my cousin. I forgave them.
I'm sorry I didn't send a message ahead of time.
And what is this?
I thought the two of you should meet.
We have met before. She did strongly
Object.
object.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember.
Right.
I think the two of you could benefit from a particular arrangement that I had in mind. Consul, is the right word. Consul? They're all very,
Yep.
very
Consul.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Consul,
Like consulate.
Her Highness finds herself in need of some troops. Your Highness, the Consul's troops are in need of killing.
See.
I would also offer, Consul, that there is I mean no offense when I use this word, but there's a sense of legitimacy that your troop lacks.
Excuse me? We're a very legitimate group. Do you not see our banners? Do you not see our signs? We have a reputation.
I didn't say you
much.
weren't effective.
They
I
have
said you weren't
embroidery.
legitimate. Yeah, you have badges,
Embroidered,
everyone.
not like these hand drawn.
I just mean that there is more that you could do with the backing of an empire than you can do requisitioning ships from time to time.
Before we go any further in this negotiation, I just need to know, what was the singing about?
Singing?
The singing. That's why I was...
You're not here.
I know. I'm the audience.
That is what I've been told.
The elf choral is a song of healing. It is not a song of destruction or death.
Look at Tariq. Because, well, background, Tariq is half elf.
Oh, okay. Convenient. He just nods.
Okay. Thank you.
Nods back.
So what does this entail? The Empire is in chaos right now. I just needed to clean up a few things, and then I'm heading back.
Oh, well, this would not see you back in Saratof for a bit.
What say you?
There's a general on the edges of my kingdom who has declared, I believe, where people call it open season on elves. His name is Savitas. He has forces, and some I would even go so far as to call them monsters that slaughter my people. It's been known to. The legend is that the creatures maybe even eat us. And it seems like you have quite a group of people who might do quite well with monster killing.
Would you say that you are judged for what you wore and you have no say in the matter? Are these people legitimately judging you for circumstances you cannot change?
They are targeting elves. I did not ask to be born an elf.
I guess sometimes elves can be bastards too.
To be fair, I have known lots of bastards in my time.
Then you're going to probably know a lot more if you want my help.
Yeah.
Tell me your plight.
Do you want to do the whole thing? Okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure where we were at.
Yeah, I don't know, time-wise.
Timing-wise,
Oh, sure. Actually, we're at 8:30. I think now is maybe a good time that we can like wrap up at
Yeah.
the start of this conversation.
Cool.
Zune, even though you can't see, we'll say that you can for cool narrative reasons. Just sort of like, he sits down for the first time. There's a bench nearby, and he sits down for the first time that he has been there, and you can tell that he's just like getting ready for the two of you to have a conversation. And he looks exceedingly pleased with himself. He is a person who is not the most poker face of people, but he it is an actual smile that you see on his face as he sits back and lets the two of you talk. And that is where we're going to end our game tonight. Yeah. How about that, everybody?
Oh boy.
Got some killing in.
Yeah,
I forgave him.
you did. Forgiveness is the
mistake again.
name.
Listen, I have a lot
your
of people
sword.
that are in need of forgiveness.
So I think it would be good to do some ARDA awards
Yes.
because everybody did a really good job. And in Burning Wheel, the system of awarding ARDA is a long and complex situation, which I have skimmed several times, and I'm going to stick with the way Peter's been doing it, which is sticking with the way that Sarah does it, which is moments of gratitude.
Moments of gratitude.
So we're going to go around the table, and everybody's going to have an opportunity to say something about somebody else that they thought was pretty dope, and then we're going to award points based off of that. We'll also see, this will be your opportunity to double check your traits and see if your traits came up to complicate things, or if your beliefs came up over the course of gameplay. That will award ARDA in addition to the moments of gratitude. So we're going to go the other way around the table. And Lexi, we're going to start with you.
For the beliefs one, because that's fresh on my brain, because you just said it, I did explore my connection with the artifacts to get guidance from Set, very specifically.
And so for pursuing a belief over the course, that gets you a fate?
Yep. If you pursued your belief,
I wasted.
it's a fate. If you resolve the belief, like, okay, this is done.
Then that's
persona.
persona, yeah. Okay. Well, that was a pursuing,
if that
think.
feels done.
Yeah.
And then I know that we're all going to say it. So just when she stabbed her cousin.
Yeah.
That was
just
good.
I did not see it coming.
Forgiveness.
That was, and because I feel like it was also just a very character defining moment, for me, because I've actually interacted with your character a lot and watched the episodes your character is in. And Fatima, yes, is violent, but has always been I'm using violence, like I'm going to challenge you to a boxing match, or like, oh, they're rioting the streets. I'm willing to use violence to shut it down. But this very just like cold, almost like assassination, like just violence, just like for the message of it, as opposed to like the practical purpose of it. Like that's different, right?
Yeah.
So that was like, oh no, that's what she's capable
It's
of.
like the least amount of violence possible for that situation.
Exactly.
It was the way
Yeah.
to get there.
Yeah, it was like a different level of calculating that I hadn't really seen from your character yet, and I thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely
cool.
take a fate for that one.
Yay! I get a feed.
Well, moments of gratitude or persona.
Oh, Persona.
For Persona, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got my Persona back. All right. Can I give 2? Like this is just for both Sarah and Lexi's character.
Okay.
For dealing with sassy folks today. they had moments of like, I need to sip this tea. I have to calm myself before coming. Like I just saw the patience in both of these interactions of having to
We
deal
have
with
the
people.
political characters, right? Where we're like, we actually don't get
You
to
wanna-
lose. We don't get to stab our way out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll do it.
I just
Yeah.
because it's both. They're both for really great.
And then, did any of your beliefs or traits come into play tonight?
So the reason also why I was so brutal with the cousin
Yeah.
is because he did question my rule.
He did. I forgot about that until just now.
Yeah, and that is one of my beliefs is anyone
Yeah.
who challenges, and also he claimed that I wasn't caring of my people.
Yeah. All right, that's a persona for that for sure.
Yeah, and so I was just like, no.
Oh wait, no, fate for that one.
Fate.
It's fate.
Fate.
Yeah, fate for that one.
Resolve.
So that one was, that one was just like, so in Fatima's mind is I already set to like forgive and just like cut this and make sure he cannot riot again.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
that was amazing.
That's a lot. This is good.
It was like watching Jon stab Danny at the end of Game of Thrones. It's just like,
Yeah.
Stab in there.
dang.
So I feel like I have 2 beliefs of getting an elf on the console and also dealing with the Dio. And I feel like I have taken steps towards both of those
Yep,
things.
I agree.
Beep, 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 beep. So those are fates. Fates?
Yeah,
Fates.
fates.
And I'm going to throw a persona to Lexi's character. For just being such, I don't know that I can say the word on stream, too wholesome. Just like, God, you were so mean to him. But I just like really liked it. Like, yeah, I was just like, yeah.
I've been doing so much for him.
I know, and you came in there and you were like, it like without saying, it was like when you go in to have a conversation with like a manager that doesn't know what they're doing, and they're like, "Did you get the thing done?" And you're like, "The thing that only I know how to do that you're supposed to do? Yeah, I did that." It was so good. I just like it was rolling off of you in waves. And I if I could give one to Damon for being just such a jerk character, like
everyone tonight.
everybody, just like came
I'm
in.
only going to be playing that charder every Wednesday.
Setting a new tone for the board.
We're not here to antagonize all your players.
regardless of who is in the scene. You're
Okay,
gonna be
surprise.
wholesome.
Mona, rude now. Just awful.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and Mona was
Mona was very sad. Yeah, not everyone was a jerk tonight.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, you were the jerk in that scene.
I was not a jerk. I healed her.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, Mona.
So I think I want to go around the table real quick, and you can let people know where you can be found and what you got going on if you want to plug anything. Sarah, you go.
Hi, my name is Sarah Moore. You can find me all over the internet at Pixies and Pins. My website is pixiesandpins.com. I am here every Friday night on Gen Con TV for Sarah's Table at 5 p.m. Pacific. This week we are doing an episode of Numbskulls, where my players are playing incredibly ineffectual skeleton minions of a very bad low-level necromancer who just wants to go on a date.
And spoilers, it goes poorly. So check that out. Also, I am here. Make sure that you tune in and follow World of Chaldea on all of our socials for more Actoroke goodness. It's here every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. And this campaign will be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we're going to Australia to PAX Us to push our game, The Crown. So look for us there if you're going to be
Going
there.
down to the land down.
Gonna go. Come on down. It'll be great.
Oh, hello everybody. I am Bonsai Baby. You can catch me here every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time with also Peter and Noir and Javion. We do table takes, all of your good industry news and things coming up. If you're interested in that, I also have Bonsai Baby on Instagram, but that's spelled B-A-B-E-E, and Bonsai Baby regular spelling on TikTok. Just shoe painting, lots of shoe painting. That's what I've been doing. Custom shoes.
Custom shoes.
Yeah.
Super cool, actually. Love that. Hi, I am Lexi, and you can find me here pretty frequently. I will actually be here next week as well, because not only are we doing Burning Saratof, but Nearly Departed is coming back, and it left on a really big cliffhanger. So I'm very, very excited to get my girlfriend back.
Yay!
Cannot wait for it.
Yay. Peter.
Hi, I'm Peter. You can find me Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific time here on Gen Con TV at Peter vs. Machine, where I play strategy games, mainly Simar Civilization, because I'm hooked. And also Wednesdays, I look over the shoulders, whoever's DMing Chaldea, and on hand as Chaldea lore keeper. And I join Bonsai in table takes on Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Woo!
Thank you, Peter. I also wanted to say thank you to Tanel for drawing tonight.
Yes.
I'm sorry the NPCs didn't stay alive long enough for you to finish. But, I'll try and keep them alive longer next time. My name is Damon Vanhee. You can find me on the internet at Damon Vanhee. And also, if you want to go to my website, formerlyferalgames.com, that's where you can learn more about The Crown, which is the game that Sarah and I put together. And I think everyone else at the table covered everything else that I have going on. So I will be back here in 2 weeks to run the next session of Burning Saratof. We will have the other 4 players will be at the table all at once. Ooh. So that will have a lot of NPCs dying very quickly. Yeah. So I fit everything into the time frame, hopefully. And then I guess in the meantime, until then, you should give the RPG Troika a try. It's weird, and the name ends in an exclamation point, and so you can't go wrong with that. But until next time, we'll see you back here. Have a great night.